So look what I picked up. Sugar by Bernice McFadden. I enjoy Bernice McFadden. I enjoy the range of her storytelling. I enjoy the fact that her books are historical fiction. So I have Sugar on my Kindle, bought many years ago. And I'm really happy to actually have the book. There is something to be said about having the actual book and not just having it on my Kindle. It almost doesn't feel like it's a book on the Kindle, even though we know it is, right? So I picked up this book because I cannot deny Miss Bernice McFadden's pen. She is an author who is an automatic buy. And I love historical fiction. So yeah, I had to pick this one up. Then I got Redwood Court by Delana R.A. Dameron. Now, I've never read anything by this author. I just know that this is, I don't know if it's a coming of age, but I think that it's very similar to a coming of age. It's about a girl who lives with her siblings, her parents, and her grandparents who are around. And they're just kind of telling her life. I would consider it historical fiction, but I don't think that it's in, well, I know it's not in the 1800s. But I don't know where in the 1900s it's set, what year, but I do know that it is in Alabama, and I cannot wait to get into this. When I read the summary, it gives me vibes like home, like me being a kid and being around my family, some of the outings we had with, cousins, aunts, and uncles, just, a bunch of family having a good time. And stuff happens. And that's what I imagine this being about. Now, I don't know that, but that's what I imagine. So I'm looking forward to this one. And then I got The Mayor of Maxwell Street. This is a book I borrowed from the library 2 times, never cracked it open. And so now that I have it myself, I can actually take my time and read it, pick it up, put it down as many times as I like. I think that this one is going to be very intriguing. I think there's going to be some thriller in it. One of my very favorite tropes, aside from Forbidden Love, is a strong woman trope, or the woman in power. And this is the mayor of Maxwell Street. So um, I'm hoping she's going to be the mayor on Maxwell Street, even if she isn't like really politically the mayor, but if she has that pull, that personality, the power, the influence, then this is definitely what I'm looking for. Then, of course, it looks like it's from the Harlem Renaissance era, so there'll probably be some parties or some clubs or jazz and that kind of thing. So I'm really looking forward to this. It's kind of thick too. That's the good thing about Kindle. You can't actually see how thick the book is and be intimidated by it. I'm not necessarily intimidated, but when I look at this, I think of it in terms of days. How long is it going to take me to read this? But I am definitely looking forward, very happy to have gotten this book. And then I got Decadence by Eric Jerome Dickey. Now, I don't necessarily want to read this book. And I know that probably sounds crazy because why would you buy a book that you don't want to read, right? So I don't necessarily want to read this book because after reading the synopsis, it gives very spicy, like kind of that's what's going to be the main premise of the story. But the reason why I bought this book is because of Eric Jerome Dickey. When I first started my reading journey back in the day, a friend of mine brought me um, Brothers and Sisters by Eric Jerome Dickey. Now, I can't say Brothers and Sisters was my first Black read, but it's one of the first ones that I remember vividly. I was reading Danielle Steele and Jackie Collins. What's his name? The lawyer guy, John Grisham, reading all of those, and here she comes with a black man who is talking about black life. I was born and raised in Los Angeles, California, and Eric Jerome Dickey talked about being in Los Angeles, California in Leimert Park, which was really 15 minutes away from my house. And these were black people, like black people that I could see every day walking. Like I could just pick any random person walking down the street, and that could have been the person in the book, Milk and My Coffee. Loved it, fell in love with it. And so I could say that Eric Jerome Dickey is one of the authors who put me on a reading journey to black authors. And um, I just want all of his books. I found out that he passed away a few years back, and it kind of broke my heart. So I want his books as a collection. And so this book makes book number 7. I don't really even know how many books he has, but I know it's more than 7. So I am definitely looking forward. And so this is just a book for collection, not necessarily for reading. And then I got The Game Changer by Embassy Susbury. Now, please forgive me if I'm mispronouncing her name. I'm not really familiar with this author. I was talking with somebody about historical fiction and telling them how much I enjoy historical fiction, and they recommended that I read some of her work. Um, they are a big fan of hers. So when I ran across this book, that is what I thought. So it wasn't about, whatever the book is about. It was just simply because it was her and that was the recommendation. And so I'm looking forward to seeing her writing style. Looking forward to her historical fiction. I'm just, yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. And then lastly, I've got 54 Miles by Leonard Pitts Jr. Never read anything about from this author, but the majority of the reading that I do are women authors. There are very few male authors that I am familiar with. S.A. Cosby would be one, Daniel Black. Uh, I don't know. I'm sure there are some other male black authors out there that I read. I just recently read, uh, oh wow, I don't even remember. It was about 6 months ago. But another male author, but that, that kind of lets you know how often I'm reading a male author. So it's been 6 months since I read the book. I don't remember the book. I remember what it was about, but I don't remember the book. And so when I come across a male black author, this is also historical fiction, which I love. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to see what his writing style is like. What is he talking about in the book, and what other books does he have? Can I add him to my S.A. Cosby and Daniel Black collection? I guess we'll see. So I basically just wanted to make a nice little video with no analysis, no deep thought, no nothing, just a nice little book chat where, we can just have some nice relaxing conversation basically. And yeah, so that's what I was going for. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and until next time, see you soon.